guys, it's Katura and we have 5 new charms trials, starting with Crucio. This first one's very easy since we all know Crucio, and basically you're just Crucioing this troll. You start out, Crucio him and it stuns him, and then you're going to be going against a dark wizard who doesn't get stunned because it's a wizard and not a summon. And I Crucioed him and then followed him when he moved across the board, but you could definitely move to the middle first and then Crucio him so you're not having to worry about breaking the Crucio at all. Next up we have Fanged Flyer, and this one's fairly simple. He's going to Glacius you, and then you're going to send your Fanged Flyers out to make sure they're covering the centaurs and him, and that will also move you outside of the Glacius circle so you don't get damaged from that. And from here he's going to be sending Glacius out, and you're not close enough for Fanged Flyer, so move closer and outside of Glacius and then hit him with Fanged Flyer and then you can finish it. Next up is the Crucio challenge, and this was pretty difficult for me, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways that I was able to do it. At first I waited for him to send out Glacius, and I waited for it to get a bit closer to me before I send out my Fanged Flyers. And then I send out my Fanged Flyers at the smallest they can go so they can do more condensed damage against the Erumpent. It sends me away from Glacius and takes the Erumpent out. From here I waited just like a split second before I use my side along to move over to this spot. That way he's sending out Avada, but I don't get hit by it. If you do it too slow, you'll get killed by Avada. From here I'm moving a bit to the middle, and then I want to Accio him towards me. This also helped me avoid his Glacius. And now I'm going to be flipindoing the trolls over to him, that way I can hit them all with Fanged Flyer all at once. Now you can see I moved to avoid the Avada Kedavra, but the trolls are taken out. And now I need to get close enough to him to do Crucio. I only have 2 steps left, and I know he's going to send Glacius out here in a second, just like he did there. So I'm Crucioing him while trying to get out of Glacius as well, and then it ends up taking him out. You can see that it was very close. This is a very tricky challenge, and I'm going to show you another way that I did it as well. This way is similar, but just slightly different if that other way is not working for you. I start out just the same, where I'm waiting for Glacius to get to that point and sitting up my Fanged Flyers. That way I'm taking out the Erumpent. But here I don't do my side along yet. I just wait a second and then move over to avoid the Avada. And then I'm going to side along to the middle. You can see that they did some damage, but I'm going to Accio him to me, because the point is you want to get him and the trolls together. Now I can flipindo the trolls over to him and send out my Fanged Flyers. You can see I have 2 steps left, and now I only have 1 step left, so this was really close. I have to get close enough to him. He sends out Glacius, and I avoided it. You can kind of get the timing of his Glacius and Avada down to avoid them, and luckily I took him out right before he Avada'd me. So it's just very timing specific. These next 2 trials were a lot easier, starting with the Ginny trial. At first you can't do anything, but just your character sits there and does basic attacks while the broom is filling up. And then after you finish the basic attacks on the trolls, that's when you want to be able to move. But you want to wait a second, because the wizard's going to send out Avada Kedavra, and you want to be able to be out of that. And then you want to get close to him and hit him with your basic attacks, and it's fairly simple. This last trial is the Lord Voldemort trial, and it's very easy. All you have to do is Avada him and then Incendio him, and he's taken out. Luckily it's not as hard as the Crucio trial. So that's really just it for all the trials now. You guys will definitely see me next time we have more charms trials out, and thank you guys so much for watching.